The communications between parents and children is one of the most effective ways in which a family can transmit to the children and young people the values of the situation risk and to the safeguard of them from bad influences. According to a scientific study carried by the European countries and by an organization called the World Health Organization, also known as the WHO, realized the study of a survey based on a long survey among children aged between 11 to 13, and also some of the times teenagers which are age 15. This survey confirms positive concrete effects of maintaining a good communication with children. According to this study, minors have a better image of their body and a better consideration of their own health and fewer less complaints regarding their physical psychological issues. When they have a good communication with their parents or also a good relationship, it avoids them to have these issues. But the positive impact goes even further because they also show less aggressive behavior and less likelihood assuming substances such as alcohol and drugs. The WHO addresses separately the question of the relationship with the father and the mother, as well as the age group of children or teenagers in the relation of the mother. The study determined that in the age of communication goes through a truly interactive dialogue in which topics can be addressed freely, without an attitude or censorship, and in which she is perceived as a reliable person. However, this theory confirms a decline in the prevalence of an easy communication with the mother. All countries and regions, both between boys and girls, the difficulty increases with the age. According to the conclusion of the tables in the report, in the case of Spain, for example, the WHO indicates that at 11 years, the 94% of girls and 93% of children consider more easy to talk with their mothers. The percentage is reduced to an 86% between both sexes at 13 years old, and an 81% for teenagers, and a 79% for the ones that are 15 years old. On the father's side, communication is generally considered less intimate and more focused on specific objects or the development of certain skills. However, the result is clear as to the importance of parental presence within the family. The quality of the relationship with the father does not reside in the family home, and when he is in charge of a single-parent family, has significant effects on the level of satisfaction of young people's lives with the author's right. They also reveal that a good communication with their father plays a protective role in emotional well-being and having a positive impression of one's own body image, especially among girls. In Proverbs 17:6, it says this: "The crown of the elders are the children of the children, and the glory of the children are the parents." This wants to let us know that for their parents, the most valuable thing are their children, because most of the time at first they struggle to see this, but after time and after well mentoring, they can see the difference of that. Also in Luke 1:17, it says this: "And he will go before him in the spirit of the power of Elijah to turn the hearts of the parents to the children and the disobedient of the attitude of the righteous, in order to prepare for the Lord a willing people." Young teenagers are going through the stage of their lives full of changes and difficulties. The stage of usually involves certain family tensions, so it's very important that the parents can communicate effectively with their children in order for them to understand what is happening on with them. These are happening and turning into that they can feel a part of the changes they go through in the lives of the children. It's also important that young people accept this intrusion and feel supported by their parents in the difficult stage they are living. And the relationships between the parents and the children improve a lot when there is an effective communication. In general, if the communication between parents and children is good, their relationship will be good as well. Children learn to communicate by observing their parents if they communicate openly and effectively. It is possible that the children are also able to do so. On the contrary, the fact that the communication between parents and children is ineffective or negative. It can make children think that they are not important, or sometimes it makes them feel that they're not even loved by their parents, that nobody listens to them, or that they are not understood. Therefore, these young people may also think that their parents are not very helpful or they're not even trustworthy. One of the most important and also one of the most complicated ones is the task of a parent is to always keep communication channels open. Here are some tips on how to communicate correctly with our teenagers. First, you can give them a clear message. We usually make mistakes like saying the same thing one day no and yes the next day, especially when the circumstances have not at all changed. Giving a clear messages helps to create a foundation of trust and encourages behavior and helps to lower the stress levels of the family, because sometimes you can see when they're not behaving, there's a lot of stress with them. Okay, and to end all of this, we can just make sure to have a better communication with our children. The reason why is because of me myself. I'm living without a father, and that is only with the grace of God I've been able to pull it up with my life. And with God in their lives, and both parents, all the children in the world can be a lot better with their lives.